Hello everybody, my name is Snipe and it's Fun, and I welcome you all back to my next RWBY Theories, Speculation, and Predictions series of videos. This time, I'm going to be diving into yet another member of the Schnee family. Last time I talked about Schnee, it was about Whitley, and basically why I thought he was the way he was. And that rant went off for like 17 freaking minutes, and I basically was able to go off the decent amount of information we so far have seen from him in this volume to kind of correlate with that. And quite frankly, I did have another Whitley theory about like which sibling. This is before Whitley totally kind of revealed that he's Mr. Son that wants to follow Jacque. I did do a theory. I did consider doing a theory for if Whitley, like which sibling would Weiss be able to trust, Winter or Whitley. If you want to still see that kind of theory, I could change. I could talk about my original theory on that, and then go and talk about slightly differently, like if it was done a different way kind of thing, and try to change up the theory a little bit by also talking about the original. If you want to see that, put in the comment section. Like I'm considering just not doing it because they just totally realized that I made this theory and I was going to do it and consider doing it before they revealed that Whitley was Mr. I followed my dad. If you want to do that, I can slightly change it up a bit and see maybe if there's a way like maybe Weiss can trust one of them if he's not fully with his dad. Like, and talk about my original theory about before he was revealed to be, yes, father. Like, put in the comment section if you want to see that. That's a theory for another day. This theory is about the mother, about Mrs. Schnee, and the fact that we haven't seen a single darn thing about her since the volume started. We've only heard about her like on 2 separate occasions, and that's about it. The only thing I think has been revealed, and I don't recall, is that she's a drinker. As far as I've hear people say that she's a drinker. That's the only thing I think we've ever heard about from her at all. And I don't even remember hearing that, so unless I totally was deaf one episode, they might have said something. All I heard was that she was in the garden. But we don't know a single darn thing about her. And my theory is, well, first and foremost, don't read this just yet. My theory is, like, who is Miss Schnee going to be? How is Miss Schnee? How is Mother Schnee's personality? Who is she? Who is Miss Schnee? That's basically the main part of this theory. But a side note of this theory is, could Weiss's mom be worse than Jacque? Because we know how Mr. Schnee is. We know how her dad is, being very image-oriented, I want to like have this positive image for my company, positive image for my family, so, it could be famous and rich and push this company forward and blah, 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 blah. Which child of mine is going to be taking over my freaking company? Oh, it's going to be my son because he's not making me look like an idiot. That kind of thing. But we don't know a single thing about the mother yet. All we know is that she was referenced that she was in the garden one time, and we basically know that she married Jacque at some point, and he took her name during the World of Remnant when it showed basically the Schnee Dust Company. We don't know a single darn thing about her. And this could be, in this entire situation on how the mother could be, and I mentioned this in the Whitley theory, could determine why Whitley is the way he is, and could very well impact Winter and how she is, and Weiss and how she is, the entire 3 children. If Miss Schnee goes off in 2 totally different directions. And a lot of people are, and this is the first direction, a lot of people think she's like the nice parent, and that maybe she was forced into a marriage or something like that, and she was this big motherly figure for the children while Mr. Schnee was off doing business-oriented stuff, and she was the one that was taking care of the kids, and she was busy, and she wasn't taking care of the kids, but at least she was the loving parent that helped take care of them, more so than Jacque would have. The other parent, and this is basically what I'm starting to think of too, and I don't know if anyone else has solved this theory yet, because a lot of people jump on this theory that she's the good parent, that she's the nice parent, that Jacque's the horrible dad, and that she's going to be the one. But what if this is the case? And this is the reason why I said, could Weiss's mom be worse than Jacque? What if she's the complete opposite? What if she's a bad parent too? What if these 3 kids never had any loving parents? The only thing we can go off of what her personality is, and it's not even much because it's just a freaking painting, is this darn painting that was in their house, that was in their little ship. Like this portrait that was, I'm assuming, painted when they were younger. Those old family portraits when you all got all the family together and you had painter paint it. That's all we know about her, and we can't guarantee anything off her personality from this picture. She doesn't look like she's smiling. She doesn't look like she's anything. She doesn't look happy or nice or mean or anything. We really don't know what to go off of her. But my theory is like this, like, and I'm going off of, it can go either way, because right now, like, what the mother is like could dictate the entire family and why they are the way they are. Most importantly, the 3 kids. And I said that in the Whitley theory, and I'm not gonna. I said I was gonna talk about that theory one day, and this is it. The mother, she could either be the nice, happy parent that takes care of her kids, or she could be just like Jacque and be very visual-oriented, business-oriented, image-oriented, and not be there for her kids, and quite frankly, be worse than Jacque. Like, people immediately, like I said, jump on the fact that she's the nice one, but we have no information to even consider that might be the possibility. All we know is that she married Jacque, and he took her family name during the World of Remnant, but we don't know her side of the story. All we know is what Crow said during it, and that he married into the family. That's it. And that he took over. It could go, and she was a nice parent, and maybe she didn't know Jacque was a complete another douchebag, and he was going to take over her family's company and put it to where it was at, and that her father got screwed, and so on and so forth, and she feels like she's being forced into this and stuff. Maybe it was a forced marriage or something. But it also can go on the route of, maybe she wanted Jacque to take her family's company from her dad. Maybe she wanted to monopolize it and become popular and famous, and like she's like, Dad, you're not doing this company right. You can make this a lot more big and make more money. Maybe she's money hungry. Maybe she just thought Jacque would take it from him and do it a lot better. Maybe they both schemed to take the company from her dad. You don't know that. We don't know what path she is, because we really don't know anything about her yet. And I don't even know if we're going to see her by the end of Volume 4. In my opinion, she's going to randomly show up before Weiss escapes Atlas, and somehow either A, going to help her daughter, or B, we're going to find out she's completely another, word. And we find out that she's been with Jacque the entire time, just controlling her kids and being like how she wanted the company. But I don't think we're going to see her to the end of the next volume, if even that, because and this is where this theory is so. It could be broken either way, because we don't know anything about it. It's the whole mystery of the family. We know how Winter is. We know how Jacque is, Whitley, and Weiss. We don't know anything about her yet. And that's what can make or break this theory, make or break my theory about Whitley, and make or break about anything about the Schnee family going forward in RWBY, because she makes or breaks the family. Once we know her personality, once we know how she is, that's going to basically decide on what theories and speculations, not just by me, but by a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of people on the internet, a lot of RWBY fans, are true, and which ones are false, which ones hold weight, and which ones don't. But my theory is it can go either way. I agree with people that there's a split chance that she's the nice parent and that she's there. Maybe people say she's a drunk and she's just not in her kid's life. Maybe she's depressed or something. Maybe she's a nice parent, but maybe she's still not there. Or maybe she was. We don't know, because we haven't heard much about her. But there's also that split theory, people, that she's either just like Jacque or, quite frankly, worse. And I'm kind of getting a suspicious feeling it's the latter. That she's in it with Jacque and wanted the company from her dad. And she thought Jacque would do it. It wasn't no forced marriage. It wasn't like an abusive marriage. It wasn't, he doesn't love me anymore, whatever. I'm going more with the latter, because I think she's going to be just like Jacque, if not worse. And she's going to be probably more of an antagonist for the series, for the Schnee family in general, for Whitley, Weiss, and Winter, than Jacque's going to be. So that's basically my theory. It could still go the good way. Quite frankly, it could still be she's the nice parent, but she could be just like Jacque just as much. And my theory is we don't know yet. It can go either way. But if I had to personally pick one, I'm fearing the latter, in that she's going to be some sort of antagonistic character for the kids, especially Weiss. And that's really all it could be. That's my thoughts. Put in the comment section what you guys think. Do you agree with this theory? Do you think she could be good or evil? Which side of my theory do you think she fits more into, based on what we know, which is very little anyways? What's your theory? What do you think Miss Schnee is like? What do you think her personality is like? What do you think we're going to learn about her? What kind of character she is? And do you honestly think she can be worse than her husband Jacque. Put in the comment section what you guys think. We can discuss it there. Have fun as RWBY fans. I'll see you all later in my next predictions, speculations, theories, sets of videos, whatever, about whatever other topic I talk about coming in the near future, which I have about 5 more or so coming. And like I mentioned before, if you want to hear that Whitley theory, where before we got revealed that he was, yes, father, my theory of which sibling Weiss can trust, and maybe that could, and taking that old theory and mixing it with a new theory of basically maybe he's not really with his dad. Maybe he's playing his dad. You never know. He just might be really good at hiding it. I don't know. Put that in the comment section if you want to see that. Put your thoughts on this theory, and I'll see you all later in my next RWBY theories, fiction, and I basically just mentioned this theories, predictions, speculation, theories, and videos. I hope you guys all have a lovely day, and see you all later in the next video. See ya. Or her mom could just be Salem.